Summer has now ended, and the weather is getting colder. The fall anime season is also right around the corner. Are you not sure what to watch? Fear not, for I have compiled a short list of shows that you should consider checking out. So without any further ado, let's just get to it. The adaptation of the light novel Goblin Slayer is going to be produced by Studio White Fox and directed by Takeharu Osaki, who has previously directed Girls Last Tour from a few seasons back. The writers for this will be Yosuke Kuroda, who has worked on a bunch of stuff, including My Hero Academia and Jormungand. Joining him will be Hideyuki Kurata, who has worked on shows like Drifters and Read or Die. And the synopsis goes something like this. A young priestess has formed her first adventuring party, but almost immediately they find themselves in distress. It's the Goblin Slayer who comes to their rescue. A man who's dedicated his life to the extermination of all goblins by any means necessary. And when rumors of his feats begin to circulate, there is no telling who might come calling next. I have very little connection to this series. I don't really know much about it, except for having heard it talked about a lot since it got announced. I know that it's obviously based on a light novel, and rather than being a isekai, it's more of a fantasy. So, honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I have heard, though, that it's going to be censored quite heavily, so that's a bit of a shame, but it happens sometimes, so hopefully it won't be too bad, and hopefully it will be creative censorship rather than just kind of black bars or removed content. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Irosoku Sekai no Ashitakara is a P.A.Works original anime. It will be directed by Toshiya Shinohara, who's previously directed series like Nagi no Asukara and Red Data Girl. The writer for this series will be Yuko Kakihara, who's previously worked on series like Orange and Kids on the Slope. And the synopsis goes something like this. In Nagasaki, a descendant of mages, 17-year-old Hitomi lost her sense of color at a young age and grew up lacking emotion. Her grandmother, Kohaku, a great mage, sends Hitomi to the past, to the year 2018. There she spends time with a 17-year-old Kohaku and friends from club activities. So P.A.Works are back at it again with yet another drama series. Honestly, at first, I was thinking about giving this one a miss, but I took a look at the PV and it looked decent enough. I like the work of the director and writer as well, so I decided I might as well check it out. P.A.Works is kind of hit or miss for me though, so hopefully this will be one of the hits. You know how every season there is that one show that comes out and you look at it and it makes you question all your life choices? No? Just me? Okay then. Well, Seishun Butayaro wa Bunny God Senpai no Yume wo Minai. It's just that show. This light novel adaptation will be produced by Studio Cloverworks and directed by Soichi Masui, who's directed series like Hitsugi no Chaika and Sakura Quest. The writer will be Masahiro Yokotani, who's previously worked on series like All Out, as well as Sakura Quest. And the synopsis goes something like this. There's a rumor about a mysterious phenomenon called puberty syndrome. For example, Sakuta Asusagawa is a high school student who suddenly sees a bunny girl appear in front of him. The girl is actually named Mai Sakurajima, and she is Sakuta's upperclassman, and also a famous actress who has gone on hiatus from the entertainment industry. For some reason, the people around Mai cannot see her bunny girl figure. Sakuta sets out to solve this mystery, and as he spends time with Mai, he learns her secret feelings. Other heroines who have puberty syndrome start to appear in front of Sakuta as well. Basically, very shitty synopsis, and this is, for lack of a better word, this is light novel trash. The PV looks really silly, but you know what? I like silly shows, so I'm gonna give this one a chance as well, and like I alluded to earlier, I just really like that title. Such a dumb title, so hopefully it will pan out, hopefully it'll turn into something. Probably not. Sora to Umi no Aida is a mobile game adaptation produced by studio TMS Entertainment. The series will be directed by Atsushi Nigorikawa, with series composition by Takashi Yamada. The story is set in Onomichi, Hiroshima, in the year 20XX. Fish has disappeared from the sea around the world, and only whales live in the ocean. The Ministry of Fishery decides to set up a giant experimental universe fish tank in space. The Onomichi Universe Fishery Union is established and begins to train space fishermen. Female fishermen are in demand due to the strengthening of an equal employment law for men and women. 6 new female space fishermen are selected, and the story centers on supporting their growth. So, why should you watch this show? Come on, it's fish tanks in space, you know you want it. This show looks weird, and that's why I wanted to watch it. And besides, the spacesuits look kinda hot. SSSS.GRIDMAN is a Trigger and Tatsunoko Productions original mech anime. This series will be directed by Akira Amamiya, who has worked on series like Inferno Cop and Ninja Slayer from Animation, and written by Keiichi Hasegawa, who's worked on series like the 2003 remake of Astro Boy and Shingeki no Bahama Genesis. The synopsis goes something like this. Yuta Hibiki awakens with amnesia and the ability to see things that others cannot. He first encounters a gridman in the reflection of his friend Rika Takarada's computer, and it tells him to remember his calling. But Yuta doesn't understand what this means. Later in the distance, he sees an extremely large monster, but it doesn't move. It's only when Yuta gets to school that the two sightings make sense. A monster attacks and the hero Yuta saw on the computer screen pulls him within the computer and transforms Yuta into a giant hero named Gridman. So, there are some clear positives and negatives with this one for me. The positives are, I like Trigger and I like Tatsunoko Productions. I also like silly shows, and with the director having worked on Inferno Cop and Ninja Slayer from animation, I have a feeling this one's going to be very silly. But the clear downside is, it's mecha, and I'm not a very big fan of mecha. Hopefully though, this show will pan out. Zombieland Saga is an original anime produced by Cygames and Avex Pictures, with Studio Mappa doing the animation. This 12-episode series will be directed by Munehisa Sakai, who has previously worked on Sailor Moon Crystal and the One Piece film Strong World. I couldn't find a synopsis for this series, but from the PV and what little we got from that, it looks to be zombies and Mappa. Although I guess we never actually saw any zombies, but still, I'm interested. Mappa has a pretty good track record with me, so I'm gonna give them another chance. And hopefully they can deliver again. The second season of the Golden Cometh anime is coming out this fall. Just like the first season, Geno Studios will handle the production and Hitoshi Namba will direct it. He has previously worked on shows like Gosick and Hero Man. But in case you don't know what Golden Cometh is, there's the synopsis for Season 1. In Hokkaido, the far northern lands of Japan, Sugimoto survived the Russo-Japanese War of the Meiji era. Nicknamed Sugimoto the Immortal during the war, he now seeks the riches promised by the gold rush in hopes of saving the widowed wife of his now deceased comrade from the war. During his hunt of gold, he finds hints of a hidden stash of gold by corrupt criminals. Partnering with an Ainu girl that saves his life from the harsh climates of the north, they venture into a survival adventure to race against the criminals that seek the hidden stash. So, I watched the first season of this show and I didn't exactly love it. It's an enjoyable show at the best of times, but at its worst, it's honestly quite boring. I'm gonna give season 2 a go, and hopefully it'll deliver something here, but if it doesn't, then I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. In other news, we have the return of Fairy Tail. This will be the final season of Fairy Tail as the manga has been ended. A1 is still producing this one, and the main director is still Shinji Ishihara. And the synopsis for the first season goes something like this. In the mystical land of Fiore, magic exists as an essential part of everyday life. Countless magic guilds lie at the core of all magical activity and serve as venues for like-minded mages to band together and take on job requests. Among them, Fairy Tail stands out from the rest as a place of strength, spirit, and family. So basically, this is shonen with all the usual stuff, the magic and power of friendship, and way too much filler, and a killer soundtrack. So basically exactly what you expect. Honestly, the only reason I'm watching this one is because Fairy Tail is the only long-running shonen that I actually kept up with, so I figured I literally might as well just finish it at this point. Hopefully it'll be good, but I'm really not expecting anything. It only took 7 years, but a certain magical index is back with a third season. The show will still be produced at JC staff, and it will also still be directed by Hiroshi Nishikori. And the synopsis for season 1 goes something like this. Academy City, Japan is at the forefront of science. And that is how you know this is fiction. Besides being 30 years ahead of the world technologically, more than 3/4 of this peculiar city's population consists of students developing their psychic abilities as espers in various institutions. Among these students is Toma Kamijo, a high school boy with the lowest psychic rank of 0, but with a mysterious power no scientist can understand. Imagine Breaker, which allows him to negate other supernatural abilities. This, however, doesn't affect Kamijo's life in the least, as he plays his role as a regular teenager. That is, until he meets the strange Index Librorum Prohibitorum, a young girl who has memorized the entire Forbidden Grimoires, and now a dangerous organization is hunting Index down, with several magicians looking to harm the girl. Kamijo will defend his new companion at all costs as he discovers a strange new realm of the supernatural. I watched Index quite a few years ago, and I thought it was decently fun, and really never looked back at that show. Now, however, there's more to be had. I can't exactly say that I wanted this, but at the same time, I'm not exactly upset that this is a thing that exists either. So, hopefully this will be just as fun as the first 2 seasons. Everyone, Get your JoJos memes ready, cause it's time for part 5. That's right, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 is coming out, and it's still being produced at David Production. And it's also still gonna be directed by Naokatsu Tsuda, but this time it will also be co-directed by Yasuhiro Kimura, who's previously worked on series like Sancha Sanyo, and Hideya Takahashi, who's worked on shows like Keijo. And the synopsis goes something like this. Naples, 2001. Giordano Giovanni is a small-time crook with one big dream, to become a gang star. No ordinary thief, Giordano has a connection to the remarkable Joestar bloodline and possesses a stand named Gold Experience. His dream starts to become reality when he meets Bruno Buccellati, a mobster from the gang Passione and a fellow stand user himself. Realizing that they share similar ideals and both disagree with the gang's harmful affairs, Giordano reveals his goal to Bruno. With Bruno's help, he will reform Passione by overthrowing the boss. As Giordano becomes a member of Passione and is inducted into Bruno's squad, he discovers that it is no simple gang. Its numbers are teeming with stand users. Now, confronted by other squads of differing loyalties and unpredictable caliber, their goal to change the gang from the inside out will be a tough one. Taking on these adversaries, Giordano attempts to rise through the ranks and inch closer to the boss, a man who is shrouded in mystery. JoJo's is one of those shows that you really can't escape in the anime community. It's a far cry from being one of my favorite series, but it's decently fun to watch. I just made my way through part 4 as well, so now I'm properly ready for part 5. Hopefully it will deliver the same fun that part 4 did. Hey, more SAO! It's been a while, he says sarcastically. Yep, there will be even more Sword Art Online with Sword Art Online Alicization. This 4-core, yes you heard that right, 4-core show is still being produced by A1 Pictures, with director Manabu Ono at the helm this time. He has previously directed shows like The Asterisk Wars and The Irregular at Magic High. And the synopsis goes something like this. Underworld. The world that could outstrip even SAO. Residents are NPCs who are just like humans. Kirito wanders into and gets lost in Underground. He and his new friends struggle to escape as they unravel the secrets of this new virtual world. You'd think after all this time they'd just stop playing VR games, but apparently not. And the government is still allowing them despite everything that's happened, so corruption maybe? No. Honestly, I'm hoping this one will be fun. I didn't particularly like Gun Gale Online. Hopefully this one will be better than that. As long as it is, it'll be okay in my book. So those are the shows that I will be checking out this season. Doesn't look like the strongest season for me, but hopefully there will be something in there to watch. What are you going to be watching this season? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe to my channel.